Hello. So they've launched the area Conquest for a few days ago, and now that we've had a few days to kind of go through it, there's definitely a lot of, like I said, the mode can be fun, but there's definitely a few issues I think they can improve upon if we ever see this again. And hopefully this is not an event that we see too often because it is very time consuming. I don't think it needed to be a week long. I think it would have been fine as a 3-day long event. Like I said, the first couple days were kind of fun, but the novelty kind of wore off. Definitely by like the third day, the novelty's kind of worn off. And here we are, I think the fifth day, fourth day, something like that. And I think, like I said, people who are super active the first couple days are kind of turned kind of inactive in the event. So, yeah, so there definitely is like fatigue factor seeming to set in with some of the players. So, I think that's kind of an issue, but there's a lot of other issues. Like there are, right, certainly there's some issues with like bugs and stuff. Like this is probably like the one that's plagued the event most. Like, let's see if we can find that they might have fixed a lot of these, but sometimes you'll like have like replays that are not like correct. Um, Look, maybe they finally fixed a lot of those replay bugs, like where your combat results were not very accurate. Like you would watch yourself win, only up here you go like this, something went wrong. Like this was a really common issue the first couple of days. Where the results might be completely different. So this is a defeat, but is a defeat in the replay. Right, this was just against the Rufus, so it might actually be fine. But you'll have like sometimes you'll with like literally we've had a few issues where a guildmate won a battle for the player to not actually be defeated. It'll show you you won the battle in the theme, but the player actually won't have been defeated. Right, so that's been an issue that's popped up a couple of times. Like you literally clear them off, like you get a win, but it was actually, but in the actual game, you ended up being the loser and got bounced back to base. Like that happened a couple of times to guildmates. They got really pissed about it. So that one was a too game breaking, but we had a few that were super game breaking. I don't know if I have a good example of this on my account or not, but we had definitely a few people have ran into that. But there's another bug that was super weird, where sometimes players don't respawn like they're supposed to. Like, right, when you bounce a player, they're supposed to respawn by their own castle. That's why you always have, like, down to castle, you have a bunch of players here. So there's a time when there was a blue player here. I bounced them, move onto the space, and then they respawned right on top of me. I have a couple of screenshots for that. It's very, yeah, that was really messed up here, but you can see it's like, you can see that I'm controlling it, but it's blue. And I can actually attack the player here. I literally could attack that player again, even though he was like on the same spot I moved to, because instead of respawning where he's supposed to, he ended up respawning right on top of me. Like I said, so that's another bug that needs to be fixed. Some other themes I think, like I said, I mean, the action point system, I think it's fine. Maybe it needs some tweaks. Maybe it needs a higher max, but one thing that's really annoying is like you can queue up moves, right? You can queue up a bunch of moves. However, for these moves to actually register, you have to be logged in. This is, you would think this would work while you're offline, because what's the point of queuing moves like, well, to be offline, right? No, if you go offline, your moves will not queue up, and you will literally won't move until you log back in, and then it'll use those AP, which kind of eliminates the main purpose why you would want to queue up a bunch of moves in the first place. It's like I said, the whole point of queuing up moves is so you can move while you're offline, right? But it doesn't work that way. That's something that really needs to be changed. A lot of the rewards, oh, we didn't get that level, like I said, and there's a lot of crashes too. You have a lot of weird bugs that sometimes display your rewards wrong. Like, so it shows we earned a reward, but apparently we hadn't earned that reward, and then it just crashes and you have to reload. Let's see. So it looks like, yeah, so we are only on level 20, so I cannot claim that one. The postseason rewards, I think these are fine as postseason rewards, but they give a lot of these boxes out in previous levels, and I feel like that's a waste. I'd rather see more like actual rewards. These are great, I think, for postseason boxes. But I would like to see more, like more potions. Like there's not a lot of speed boosters. There's only speed boosters for the first couple, and then you never see more. I'd like to see health potions are kind of like the hot commodity. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing those, but I'd also like to see a couple more types of potion. Like, right, the scouting radius is only 2 tiles. I think it, like I said, another type of potion they could add would be like a potion that doubles your scouting radius for like you know, let's say like 3 or 4 hours or whatever. Like, you know, doubles your, for instead of 2 tiles, you have 4 tiles. And lets you see more information. But another thing is, like, I cannot see like what teams my guilds have, even when I'm move over them. Like, and to see an enemy team, you have to literally be the tile next to them. Like, you have to be able, like I said, so it's like you don't have a way to see what teams your hero has, like your allies have. Like if they got hit, is their team still good? Do they need reinforcements? There's no way to know that. And of course, the log also is personal only. There's not a guild log. I would like to see a guild log, like an actual log for the guild and not just a personal log. A personal log's cool too. It could be like a different tab. You could have a log. There could be a tab for guild and personal or whatever. But it's like, as a guild, it's really hard to coordinate. Like if you don't know like what other stuff your players have, like does he still have, like said, he's been holding this spot for a bit. Does he still have a full team? Has he taken some hits last couple of years? There's no way of knowing. Like there's literally no way. Like I can't even see my, even when I'm next to my allies, I literally can't see what even heroes they have. I can only see enemies. So I'd like to be able to, like I said, guilds should be able to see their own allies' teams. Just by like mousing over it, show you what team they have. That would be a really nice scene. And again, like if we could see what teams the enemies have maybe a bit further, or maybe again, like if they had a scouting potion, maybe you could see like more tiles, but also see what the enemy's holding. Like that would be an interesting like buff potion, I think, would be like a scouting potion. Like I said, gives you 4 tile radius, lets you like see what the enemy has. That'd be a cool buff. But also another issue is matchmaking. They said they match players like guilds like based on like even power, but so we have 2 guilds, like us and the rebels. They're pretty evenly matched. We've been switching between second and third most seen, but then we have Dark Empire, who is pretty much lapped us at this point, and then Peaceful Warriors, who's so far behind, like they aren't even in this contest. Like I said, it's just these are not evenly matched guilds. And this is a problem with pairings. The Dark Empire, they're like one of the top like Clash of Worlds guilds. Like if we look at the leaderboard here, they're right here, 27th and right here. So they're 27th ranked in Clash of Worlds, and none of the other 3 guilds are even ranked top 50. We're ranked 194. It's like, right, like wouldn't it be better to do matchmaking based on Clash of Worlds rankings? Like you could do the top 4 Clash of Worlds guilds, and I think this would be a better way to do rankings based on Clash of Worlds rankings. Like, and maybe this would be right. How often should the Area of Conquest Cup, like maybe it should be like an after Clash of Worlds event, like after the Clash of Worlds season ends, like there's usually a couple weeks off. Maybe there'd be like, maybe the Area of Conquest could be like a post Clash of Worlds scene or something, and it's based on Clash of Worlds ranking. Like I said, then you'd only see it like once every 3 months, but I think that'd be a better way to do ranking, because then it would be a lot more balanced. Because the current matchmaking is terrible. And a similar thing on my other account, like I'm gonna go switch over to server 74 and I'll show you, like my guild on that account is literally just dominating. Like it's kind of the similar situation, like where there's like one guild is just absolutely running away with, and the other guilds aren't even in it. Like, so our guild, look at this, we have 266k. Like, I mean, we have almost as much as the next 2 guilds combined, and then there's this other guild who, again, not even in the contest. Like, it is just very, very uneven. Very uneven. Like I said, the matchmaking is terrible. Could definitely be improved by, like I said, based on Clash of Worlds. Like, if they based it on Clash of Worlds, I think that would fix most of the matchmaking issues, and also be a nice follow-up for a Clash of Worlds season. You have the 12 weeks of Clash of Worlds, then you have a few days like that. I don't think it needs to be a 7-day event. Like I said, it's just like it could be 3 or maybe 5 days. I think it could be a shorter event. And maybe, like I said, if they do shorten it, you would also want to shorten some of these quests and stuff. Obviously, you couldn't have this be a 7-day, and some of the requirements are kind of high for, what is it? 200 tower chest for 7 days for 5, like is already high for 7 days. For a 3-day event, obviously that'd be impossible. So you'd have to lower that. But I do think there are some tweaks that could definitely make this event a bit better. Like I said, so I'd definitely like to see more. Like I said, fewer of these boxes. Like these should just be only post-season boxes. I think these are fine just as post-season boxes, and then have more like of like potions. I'd like to see more potions, maybe a 3rd type of potion for scouting. Like those are kind of the changes I'd see. Like I said, overall though, it is a fun mode for like a once in a while thing. Like if it was a once every 3 months, and maybe it wasn't like a full 7 days, I think it would be fine if they fix the bugs, improve the matchmaking, and like I said, improve the offline movement, or like the queued up movements and stuff. But yeah, not too much more to say on this. Like, if you guys have any other ideas on what you think should be improved, Let me know in the comments. But if you missed my previous video, though, I did a video where I did give some tips on trying to get more points and trying to win. You can find that video down below. And as always, thank you for watching.